Okay. Uh, yes, sir. Stop. Excuse me. Okay. Respected Dr. Gali Vinod Kumar, Dean Faculty of Law, Osmania University, Srimati Siva Nagakumari, Chief Commissioner Hyderabad Zone, Principal Commissioner, Commissioner, Senior Officer, my colleagues, respected member of the trade, and all those who are joining us online from all over the country. A very warm good afternoon to all of you. I, Anurag Singh, Assistant Commissioner from Mutual Commissionerate, welcome you all to the iconic week celebration from under Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. On this momentous occasion, I feel honored to have among us Dr. Gali Vinod Kumar. I express my profound and heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, for being with us today. On behalf of the Hyderabad zone, I extend a very warm welcome to you. Sir, I welcome you on the stage, and I request K. Mahipal Chandra, Deputy Commissioner from Mutual Commissionerate, to present a bouquet to Honorable Chief Guest. So. Now I welcome Srimati Siva Nagakumari, Chief Commissioner, Hyderabad Zone on stage, and request Srimati J. Kalpana, Assistant Commissioner from Mutual Commissionerate, to present a bouquet to our Chief Commissioner, ma'am. Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav is an initiative of the Government of India to celebrate and commemorate 75 years of independence and the glorious history of its people, culture and achievement. Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Corporate Affairs are organizing iconic week celebration under Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav, which was inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister on 6 June 2022. Under the guidance of Central Board of Indirect Tax and Custom, today we are present here for the seminar on the topic Taxation for Development of Nation. To start today's function, I would like to invite Srimati Siva Nagakumari, Chief Commissioner, Hyderabad Zone, to address the audience. Ma'am.
Good afternoon to my colleagues and respected chief guest speaker today who is with us, Dr. Gali Vinod Kumar, and also my senior colleagues and another distinguished speaker who is here along with Dr. Gali Vinod Kumar, and warm welcome to both of you. And I'm happy to welcome all my colleagues here on the occasion of Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. Iconic week for Assam is this week. So we are having special programs designed and directed and advised by Government of India, Ministry of Finance. All over India, the same type of programs are being conducted under their guidance, along with uniformity of events. Warm welcome. So this today we had in the morning we had a lecture by RBI Governor Dr. Shri Kanta Das on a topic which was attended by Chairman Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs and also other senior dignitaries including Chief Commissioner of Mumbai. And today we are supposed to organize lectures on various relevant topics all over India by the various commissionerates in all states. So today we requested Dr. Gali Vinod Kumar ji for giving us an educative talk on taxation for development of nation, and we also have a PowerPoint presentation on this topic by Dr. Indrakanti Shekhar. So we are eagerly looking forward to hear this and get enlightened by the insights from the Osmania University, which is a very, very old and very renowned and well-known prestigious institute all over India. And so we are definitely very eager to hear. the insights to be given by you. And I would also like to mention the presence of Principal Commissioner Sanjay Mahendru and Commissioner M.R.R. Reddy Garu and Commissioner Devraj Garu and Additional Commissioners Teja and Srinivas and Vasudha and Deputy Commissioners and Assistant Commissioners and Additional Commissioner Raghu Kiran and all my colleagues, superintendents and inspectors of the department. We are happy to be together and to listen to you, because the Central Board has mandated us that we should have this brainstorming sessions event in this week to hear the various distinguished speakers, their insights on taxation. So I think I would like to thank you for being here, and maybe I would like to know if any of my colleagues would like to address, since not here. Sanjay Mahendru to just share his thoughts for 2 minutes, and after that we can hear the distinguished speaker. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chief Commissioner ma'am. Good afternoon, Shri Gali Vinod Kumar and other distinguished guests who are here to make a presentation and speak on the issue of development, taxation for development of the nation. The deliberations today are part of the e lectures being organized all over the country to celebrate the iconic week for the Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav, and we are all very proud and happy to be a participant in this grand celebration being done by the CBIC and organized by the CBIC all over the country. As respected Chief Commissioner ma'am has just mentioned, in the morning we had a lecture series on the similar topics by the Honorable RBI Governor Shri Shaktikanta Das, which was attended by the Chairman CBIC Shri Vivek Johri, and also by the Revenue Secretary, and other dignitaries were all present there. Similarly, the lectures are being organized all over the country, and we are very, very thankful to the distinguished guests who are going to present us, make their views, who are going to present their views on the issues of taxation for development. And I welcome you all here and convey my congratulations and thank you to all of you. Good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This Mahotsav is dedicated to the people of India who have not only been instrumental in bringing India thus far in its evolutionary journey, but also hold within them the power and potential to accounting, taxation and e-commerce. He is an executive committee member in Telangana Commerce Association and member in All India Commerce Association and All India Accounting Association. Sir, I welcome you on podium. So, podium. Switch on.
Yeah, good afternoon one and all. At the outset, I can thanks Shiva Nagakumari, Chief Commissioner of GST and Customs, and also additional commissioners, and M.R.R. Reddy Garu, Surya Teja Kanduguri IRS, and Sanjay, and other Deputy Commissioner and other commissioners. We are very happy that today we are sharing our knowledge with all customs and GST staff, because we are sometimes making our views and lectures before the students, we thought of making generally, what is our outcome after completing their education? Somebody is saying that we want to become IRS, IFS, something, all these things. Particularly commerce students, they wanted to become the concerned departments like income tax or customs or something like this. So we used to tell the fundamental things of customs and GST, income tax, all these things. So in that manner, actually we can't speak on that because you are all well experienced on that. So what we have done is just what is going on throughout India, what is the research on particularly in GST and customs. It was made the combination of researches and what is the outcomes overall in this particular field. So let us have, before going into the research and before going to the outcomes of All India reports, this will have one or two basic fundamentals of customs and also about GST. And because some other superintendents and other people also is there, just I wanted to make a coordination of all these people audience. Just I want to mention one or two important points which are there in the GST and also the customs. The tax that the government imposes the income generated by the business and also individuals within their jurisdictions. Maybe it is individual or it may be the business. Definitely it is required for payment of taxes, as we are knows very well. And this tax is the welfare of the people. Definitely the first word in the taxation, it was mentioned very clearly, the purpose of tax is the welfare of the people. So generally we are all, because the many situations happened, political situation in India, before independence and after independence, a lot of things are there. Then generally in the human mind in Indians, we are opposing taxation, because before independence, we used to make a lot of problems with Britishers. The tax is implemented by the Sir James Williams, first time in India 1860, but by the time it was the positive view that it has to be collected tax from the rich people and it should be implemented for the poor people. That is the intention. But after that, India and Britishers have taken up all the taxes. Though anyhow, that was not implemented to the Indians. So it was happened earlier history. So that is the reason the many people ancestral blood is going on in the human body. Definitely we oppose the taxes. But it is now our responsibility to give the awareness among the people and society that how tax is utilizing for the Indian development and economy development in India. If you come into that, definitely it was made a lot of acts, 1860 and 1922 is the two important acts which was implemented in India for income tax. Then it is come into the Indian Income Tax Act 1961. And also after that we have a lot of changes in direct taxes and indirect taxes. We are coming into the GST, which was there in 2017 onwards, which is the combination of all indirect taxes except the customs duty. So this is instead of multi-point taxation, the GST is a single point taxation, which we can make a lot of the benefits to the individuals and also the society and organization, as we know. Now, in the society, the people doesn't know, because sometimes the business concerns and individuals are opposing the taxation. So in that view, sometimes they don't want to pay tax. They wanted to avoid the taxation. So it is our duty to aware the people. So we should give the positive views, because earlier it is all negative, as we have said before 1947 what it has happened, history of taxation. So now it is our duty to give the information to the society and individuals. So sometimes if department comes and giving the information, they can't understand, because sometimes every time they are thinking this is all negative, they are forcing something, they are sometimes it is in that view. But the people who are like from universities or some other societies or some other voluntary organization, if they come forward and give the information to the society, definitely they can understand what is the tax system in India and what is the benefit of tax system in India. If you come into the particularly in GST, as we know, there are a lot of implications are there. After 2017, July 1st, there's a lot of implications in that the Commissioner and Council has made a lot of changes in the GST. In that, the single taxation system is very useful for the Indian taxation system. After making 2017 IGST and SGST and CGST, how the people are paying the taxation, we can observe very easily, and this can be the best example in the society and individual that how the tax is reducing, burden is reducing, that we should be aware among the people. Not only for business concerned, and it should know every individual how tax is going on and how it is going to implement. The first thing, the revenue, how we are collecting from the different sources of people, maybe individual, maybe business, maybe something. We should have the awareness. We should give the awareness to the people that how we are implementing the funds and how this revenue is collecting without much burden because of emerging taxation system in India. Definitely, there's a lot of public and private participation. Sometimes both sides they are getting benefited. Like that now the department and society also will get benefited because of GST. That we should give the awareness before the society. So in this we have a lot of benefits out of our so many researches done by the students of university and PhD students from the different parts of India. They arrived from 2017 onwards. So what is the impact of GST on Indian economy? So it was made a lot of outcomes which are there in the benefits for the citizens and benefit for the trade and industry. The benefit for the citizen, we just think of that similar taxation system, and it is very easy to understand by the layman, and also reduction in the price of goods and services due to the elimination of cascading effect, that we need to give it to the awareness among the people. The uniform price throughout the country, transparency in the taxation system, increase in the employment opportunities, these are all the benefits of individuals, and we'll have the benefits of industry, reduction in multiple city taxations, and also we have cascading, double taxation will be relieved, and also efficient neutralization of taxation, especially for the exports, and the development of common nation markets, and similar tax regimes, fewer rates, and also exemptions. These are all we should give the examples to the society so that they will encourage to pay the taxation compared to the previous sessions. And also some of the GST is not taxed on particular issues, particularly electricity, stamp duty, property tax, and petroleum products and alcohol. It is exempted from the GST, which was not imposing. And also the different point of taxation also we should give the awareness among the people. The central excise on manufacturing concern, it was added into GST. And earlier we have service tax, it is also added into GST, and we have VAT provision. VAT also one of the calculation of indirect taxation also is included into GST. If we come from the different historical development in Indian taxation system, if you look into before 1947 and 1860 to 1925 what it is happened. As I have already mentioned, it was imposed the lot of taxation on the Indian public. The people are vexed with the taxation system. They are opposing the taxation system. After 1925 Indian taxation system, the Mahatma Gandhi is fighting with the tax on salt, Uppu Satyagraha, everybody knows. And that is one of the impact which we are getting the independence of 1947. So after 1947, the Nehru government wanted to get funds, but they are struggled with 200 years with the Britishers. Then we abolished completely taxation. In 1947 to 1960, we don't have any taxation. Then 1960s, it is a requirement of lot of funds for the construction of bridges, roads, infrastructure, many things in India. Then they are rethinking and they started with making a lot of taxation system in India. Then 1961, it was started with the income tax and other taxes. In 1962, we have customs. These are all taxes started, but it is not exactly what it is implemented earlier. So it was implemented slowly. It will be collected from the rich people and it will be made welfare to the poor people. So that is the situation in 1947, 1960s. But now there is a lot of changes in the economy, a lot of changes in government situations. So when you are implementing income tax, many chartered accountants and many people, many regulatories, and they are planning with a lot of issues and they are reducing the taxation. And also if you come into the other taxes, sales tax and other indirect taxes, the people also is making a lot of planning and aviation and avoidance. The many situations are happened in this. Now in India, after agriculture, industrialization, now it's a booming of service sector. So definitely because of emerging trends, India is needed to impose the tax on services. then it comes to service tax 2005 onwards. But anyhow, this is all not enough because the many multi-points we are imposing the taxation. So it is needed to make a consolidation of taxation, that is GST. So the GST is a single taxation system which can be very easily understood by the people, and also it can be administered very easily. So that is the reason GST is implemented. It was thought of implementing from 2006 onwards, but in 2010 Kelkar committee has made a lot of new direct tax code, NDC. So in that, direct taxes, indirect taxes made into a streamline, but it was not yet implemented. But anyhow, the GST has come with new government, and it was implemented in the year 1st July 2017 onwards. In this, there is a lot of facilities, as we know, 0% rate and 3% rate, 5%, like that 28%. We have slabs of rates in GST depending on the different goods. So because of that reason, there is a lot of benefits to the people who are paying, who are collecting. All these things will be having fluctuation to make the possibilities of these are all taxes. Generally, the Central Goods and Service Tax Act 2017, Integrated Goods and Service Tax Act 2017, the Union Territory Goods and Service Tax Act 2017, the Goods and Service State Compensation Act 2017, the State Goods and Services Act 2017 state-wise. These are all acts enacted after 2017, then it was implementing now. So that is the responsibility of department. Definitely we should aware the people to understand the less burden of taxation among the people and also the business concern. And the calculation of tax credits and also cascading effect, we can also give that what is the requirement and what is the benefits of the people, how they are getting all these things. We can explain with the illustrations also. Of course, it was given in the PPT. So there is earlier taxation, how it is, because earlier there is no reduction of already paid tax credits, but in the GST it is there. So according to the Constitution, tax on tax is illegal, as we know. But so because of different multiple points, we used to pay taxes in different places, and we are also collecting in the different places. That all consolidated in the GST. Will be getting lot of benefits through the GST. And out of the many researchers I have already mentioned, one is Bhavana Sharma. She is from Noida, Delhi. She was given a lot of research about the GST, the benefits of GST, challenges of the GST, and what is the impact of GST on Indian economy. So in that, there are many points I have mentioned. In that, 1 or 2 points we can take it as very important. So it's a single taxation, and they lower the financial selling price of the consumers. So definitely the chain link businesses from the wholesaler stockist to the ultimate consumers, how the tax is imposed earlier and how the tax is reducing now because of GST, can be aware among the taxpayers, so that they can understand how the tax burden is reduced. And this is because of this situation, definitely it is a awareness which we need to be given to the taxpayers, how this positive views coming out of the GST and also how it is impacting on Indian economy. As we know, the tax burden is reducing, then sometimes we are thinking that the ultimately tax revenue is reduced throughout the government. But not like that. To 2017 onwards, if you look into that, definitely the lakhs of rupees is increasing, crores of rupees is increasing. The percentage of increasing GST from different sectors, it is also there available in the websites, and also it is the other commissioner websites, and also it is available throughout the CBDT and other websites. And the benefits in the Indian economy, completely if you look into the total overall economy, how GDP is growing on, what is the percentage of growth in the GDP. It was mentioned before 2017 and after 17, it was mentioned very clearly there is a 10% of GDP. The percentage of growth, I am saying, not completely GDP, the percentage of growth in the tax revenues has increased. The tax burden is reducing by the taxpayers, and also it is the growth of revenue is increased out of this GDP. It is also mentioned. And we have some negative impacts on the GST, definitely. So due to the compulsion of tax compulsion and small marginal producers of the shadow economy may find a difficulty to continue the business operations, because the big people, corporate business people, they can get a lot of advantage from the GST, but the small retailers, small shops and small business people, sometimes who are not concerned to the GST, they are getting, because the big organizations also coming into the society, they are also getting a lot of benefits from the double taxation and other things, so that they are also coming into down of rates, but if you compare with the retailers, they are a little bit compared to them, then the people are moving ultimately with the corporate sectors instead of the individual retailers. This is one impact, and another one is there is no awareness among the people. Then the people wanted to escape from the taxation. Then they don't want to show the turnover, they don't want to show the sales, they don't want to make the on paper. So these are all the some problems are there that we should be given awareness, only the solution among the taxpayers to make GST better. And these are all many things it was mentioned, and another one is Rajeshwari. She is also one of the researchers throughout the India. She was mentioned how GST is getting the benefited to the society and what is the part of GST in the total Indian economy. So it was mentioned the many important points in that a transparency system is given very clear clearance before the taxpayers and tax collectors, because sometimes the people who are paying tax, they doesn't know, because they don't have the liability to make the return filing. The merchant is making the return filing, indirect taxes definitely. So by the time the taxpayer who ultimately burden of this tax, definitely they should know what is the transparency in the tax, and also the mediators who are paying taxes also should know the burden of tax. So this is all very transparency available in the GST. Earlier it is not like that. Earlier sales tax and so many taxes, state, central, and will have entertainment tax and luxury tax, so many taxes. There are different points, different taxes are there. By the time we don't have the transparency, the goods of that particular item will be increasing every time. Then in the positive impact of GST, GST will reshape the Indian economy structure, definitely, because the income of this particular source, definitely it is getting down, it's increasing into international money funds and other surveys it was made. And it is also mentioned one of the important issue, that is World Bank is given one important issue on the Indian taxation system. It was very clearly given that because we have multiple taxation systems, like we have direct tax and indirect taxes, and indirect taxes also, some of the taxes is included, some of the taxes are not included in the GST. So definitely this is going to be some problem in Indian taxation system. It was mentioned by the World Bank. And also some other studies, because this is the initial stage, 2018 and 19 it was mentioned. But after that, it is the evidence of that, definitely India is becoming with a powerful economy after 10 years because of this estimation, the tax, how it is going to be collected by the government. This is all the surveys have already made after 2018 to 19, 20, 21 also. Recent studies also is given that definitely India is getting a powerful economy throughout the globe. Now this is all some important research issues which are there from the different people and research scholars from parts of all over India. So finally, I can conclude with one or two points. We are very happy to share our views before the tax departments. But what we wanted to do is, because we should come into the society, definitely we should mingle with the taxpayers, and it should start from the student level. Because we are studying, we are teaching for the UG students and PG students and PhD students. They are the initiators in the society. They are the seeds of the society. So we should give the awareness from that. Definitely it will become, maybe after 5 to 10 years, they will come into the society for getting of income and generating income, and they are also implementing a lot of expenditures and a lot of schemes in India. Definitely they are the people who are making India tomorrow. So that is the reason we should make awareness among the students. Then it should come from the students and society. Definitely India will become the powerful economy. So thank you one and all for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Finally, coming to chief guest of today's seminar, Dr. Gali Vinod Kumar. Currently, Dr. Gali Vinod Kumar is Dean Faculty of Law, Osmania and Telangana University. He has done BA, LLB, LLM, and PhD from Kakatiya University, Warangal. He has the World Book of Record for organizing live webinar for 24 hours. The first ever National Law exhibition was conducted by him. He has been awarded Asia Pacific Excellence Lifetime Achievement Award in Education 2021 by Commonwealth Vocational University. In academic social responsibilities, he is participating Southern India Self-Respect Movement and Global South Countries Issue and Challenges as Chairman of Global South Forum. Honorable Chief Guest Dr. Gali Vinod Kumar, I would like to request you to enlighten us with your address to this gathering on the topic Taxation for Development of Nation. The stage is all yours, sir.
Thank you. Your good name. Actually, there is no this program scheduled to me. Sorry. What is your name? Anurag. Thank you for nice introduction, Anurag. And today it is my immense pleasure to be here as a chief guest to share my views on particularly the constitutional fundamental principles related to this taxation. Because you know very well about the taxation, but you should know about the constitutional, the morality and constitutional fundamental duties, the principles of the Constitution. So that is a very important aspect I am going to address about the constitutional economics. What is constitutional economics, which are very much relevant to this taxation, the principle of taxations, or the doctrine of the taxation, or the doctrine of distributive justice. First of all, I thank the organizers, particularly Madam Chief Commissioner, the Mahipal and other those who have invited me for this wonderful awareness program. Iconic week celebrations, Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. So this is one of the very much relevant awareness program by Honorable Prime Minister of India. What do you mean by the Azadi? Azadi is nothing but freedom. So freedom means you are coming out of the all bondages. So everybody wanted to coming out of from the bondages. What is the bondages previously before 1947? So we are not ruled ourselves. The foreigners are ruled. The policy makers are foreigners. The rule maker are foreigners. The implementation part of the foreigners. So everything is run by the foreigners, implemented by the foreigners, policy made by the foreigners. So there is nothing made by the Indians. So that is the reason why we should, our freedom fighters are fought for the Azadi, to self-rule, to self-made, to self-think. So these are all the things which are, if you read out the history of the independent Indian movement, more than 300 years history there. We are starting only from the 1857 onwards. But you believe or not, in southern India, we have started this movement even in the, after company came here, after 1630 itself. In the 1720 itself, the first movement started from southern India against the British rule. In 1920, our own freedom fighters, apart from the freedom, independent India, we also wanted independent constitution. They demanded not only independent India, independent constitution. For what? For what purpose independent constitution is very much required, apart from the independent India. So independent India means we are getting our own country, we are ruling our own country, we are making our own policies. but without any written document. Is it possible? Is it possible to, continue this country, a democratic country, a parliamentary form of democratic country, a country which is having the wonderful history, thousands years of history, the holiest history, lakhs of the people have sacrificed their lives, thousands castes, races, creed, religion, regions, so and so. The diversified society has become a country like India. How? Because of the Constitution. Because of the Constitution India made. If you read out the Article 1, Constitution of India, India, that is Bharat. India, that is Bharat, that is Union of States. So, before talking about the taxes, I want to explain about what is India. If you are able to understand what is India, what is Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav, why we should celebrate these 75 years of independence with the 75 very important, moments we must, remember, and also we must remember the Dandi Satyagraha, or the salt tax on salt, or which is very much relevant today. Our Prime Minister has taken for why he has taken that Dandi Satyagraha day, or the tax on the salt. So our own natural resources are by our own getting our own natural resources like salt, with the paying by tax by our own people. That is not prepared by the Britishers. That is very natural preparation. But by paying of the tax, we are taking our own natural resources. So Britishers are ruling, suppressing and depressing and controlling our own resources. They are suppressing and depressing our fundamental rights. They are suppressing our liberty. They are suppressing everything because of they are rulers. There is no Azadi at the time of the Britishers. There is no Azadi at the time of Mughals. There is no Azadi at the time of the other foreign rulers. You believe or not, my friends, not only Mahatma Gandhi ji, you take anybody, the list over here, not only this list, but you believe or not, lakhs of the people are died for the sake of, for the Azadi, liberation of India, Indian movement. Liberation of India is nothing but, not only self-ruling and self-sustainability. How can India, the people of India can be self-sustained? How the India can be sustain their, rights, their dignity, their resources without constitution? It is highly impossible. Because 560 princely states merged into union, the princely states which is having their own autonomy, their own culture, their own currency, their own caste system, customary system, their own regional practices, their own languages, but how they came into one platform and made into India into a country, one country, one nation. How to build a nation? This is very typical question at the time of 1947. If you read out the 1909 Act, if you read out the 1919 Act, if you read out the 1935 Act, that all made by the Britishers. They are the laws made by the Britishers. But if you read out the 1947 Act, that is Indian Independent Act. So Indian Independent Act made by ourselves. Our people are made our own law. From that day onwards, from that act onwards, India became a independent domain, a liberated domain, a sovereign state, a sovereign country. Sovereign country made not only the constitution, principles, fundamental basic principles. The constitution basic, not only a legal document, it is a document with a liberated society. The freedom fighters wanted the liberated India. The country must be very much liberated. Without economic justice, how can the India can be liberated? Without social justice, how India can be liberated? Without political justice, how India can be liberated? What do you mean by the Azadi? If you don't get the liberation, even our own self-rulers, our own people are ruling this country without any liberation in economics, liberation in finance, liberation in education system, liberation in other systems, even blindly following the foreign education system, blindly following the foreign policies, all laws are made by the foreigners only. Continuously we are following, we are implementing the foreign education policy, what are the laws made by all the foreigners, 99.9, still now after this, Narendra Modi government, 44,000 not useful laws are deleted. So that is the liberation. Liberation is nothing but making our own laws. India must be made. India must be liberated with our own thoughts, our own innovations, our own, the practice of the, innovative ideas, innovative methodology. That's what Narendra Modi ji wanted to, to celebrate the innovative India. Azadi ki Amrit Mahotsav is nothing but only celebrating the, it is not a traditional celebration. It is not a traditional celebration, so to celebrate, what you call Human Rights Day, or you take another traditional days are there, International Women's Day, or this day, that day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Children's Day. These are the traditionally we are celebrating, but this is not that. This is not like that. Because already in the inaugural session itself, Narendra Modi ji made excellent presentation about the Azadi ke Amrit Mahotsav, Make in India, Made in India, Digital India, and why he wanted to make these, GST. Why he wanted to make a GST a common comprehensive tax system? Why not, the other previous system he wanted to, cope up with all the different new ideas? So why only Narendra Modi ji, building our own method of thoughts? Even remaining people who are ruled this country, or the Prime Minister, former Prime Ministers also, they also given very much, innovative thoughts, liberated ideas, but implementation part is less compared to the present Prime Minister. So that is the reason why Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav not only a traditional iconic week, it is a week for innovative thoughts, innovative ideas, remembering the freedom struggle, remembering this, our own culture, our own custom, our own people, our own sacrificed, who are sacrificed their lives for the nation. That is the, intention to celebrate the Azadi ki Amrit Mahotsav by our beloved Prime Minister. Then I want to come to the topic, the taxation, for how the taxation system, what is the previous taxation system and the present taxation system. If you read out the Ambedkar's constitutional justice, the perspective of the constitutional justice. If you read out the Ambedkar, father of Indian Constitution, the constitutional economics. Really, if you are able to understand the constitutional economics, the foundations of the constitution, then you are able to understand the systems, including every taxation system. Either it may be direct taxation or indirect taxation. The purpose of the taxation is nothing but the building of the nation. The purpose of the taxation is nothing but the building of the nation is nothing but building of the people. The people-centric oriented policies, people-centric oriented innovations, people-centric oriented methods. You take new education policy, you take whatever the policies made by our own Prime Minister, whether some problems are there, but the innovative, our own education system is making with the new education policy. New education policy is now cultivating our own minds basing on the Indian philosophy, basing on the Indian culture, basing on the Indian educational system, basing on the Indian innovative systems. That is the aim behind the celebration of the Azadi Amrit Mahotsav. Friends, if you read out the tax system, Ambedkar wanted, if anybody read about the Ambedkar's, the value of rupee, which was is written in 1916. The problem of rupee in British India, the value of rupee, the taxation system in British India, how the taxation system, made misinterpretations in the British India. In the British India, how the value of rupee, the status of the rupee is increased, how it is decreased, what are the systems must be followed. At the time of the 1916 itself, we made PhD in the Columbia University, in the London School of Economics. Professor Amartya Sen clearly mentioned about that, my father in economics is Dr. Ambedkar, the Nobel laureate. Why? Because inclusive economics, the concept is inclusive economics. The constitutional economics is nothing but inclusive justice. Inclusive justice is we are including everybody. Now the Narendra Modi government is including the common man. All the GST benefits are reaching to the common man, the poorest of the poor. The benefits are reaching to the lowest of the low, poorest of the poor, illiterates, unorganized people. Jan-Dhan, 73 crores of the people got in our account because of the Jan-Dhan. If you see the Narendra Modi's policies, what are the policy he made, the wonderful, you believe or not, the wonderful policies, it is reaching to common man. Even not only common man, it is also benefiting the Adani Ambani family, that is another thing. But most of the benefits of the GST, the taxation system, now reaching to the common man. But previously, the corrupted people, they gained all the benefits of these taxes. The corrupted practices, because of the digitalization, now everybody pension, including the pension, they are getting, the common people are getting pension directed to their account. Digitalization of the system, now there is no corruption at all because of the digitalization of the system. So digitalized India is, eradicated the corruption. Previously GST, paying of the GST or paying of the income tax, it is a very highly typical issue. Now while sitting in the house, you can make your own taxes. If you have the cell phone, definitely you will find out whole world. You can resolve all your problem with the digitalization. Now the digital transactions, how it has made very easy for transformation in the banking system, in the finance system. What a beauty, what a beauty. Can you expect that, a common rickshaw puller is, paying, a common, tea wala is having, UPI ID and paying even 10 rupees through the cell phone. How the transactions, you believe or not, 64 lakhs crores of the transactions are happened during this 8 years. A common man is, transacting the Indian economy from one person to another person because of the digitalization of the finance. So that is called as a inclusiveness. Inclusiveness, the technological discrimination, now it is not there. Previously, only the rich people gained the technological fruits. You can't expect, at least a land phone. 10 years back or 15 years back, you can't expect. A common man is not expected at least a land phone. But now, what is the position? After technological revolution, a rickshaw puller is carrying an Android phone. A common sweeper is working in a private institution is carrying the Android phones. Because of the Android phone, now because of even the she teams, if any woman is, getting problem, just making a call with 100, now she is getting security. Just making just information to the WhatsApp, definitely there is a security. That means now there is the discrimination part of because of the digitalization. Now because of the technological revolution, make in India, made in India, digital India, these are all the slogans made by our Honorable Prime Minister. Even the states are also doing the same. Now common man is getting the fruits of the taxes. What are the taxes we are paying that are not going to the, pocket of our Narendra Modi ji, that are not going to the pocket of our own, KCR ji. Now the common man is getting the fruits of the taxes. Previously that was not happened. So that is the reason why, how we can build a nation. Now the taxes, with the taxes, simplifying the taxes system, simplifying the paying of the transaction system, simplifying making all the systems, even whatever the systems which we are practicing by loan, getting a loan, within the 5 minutes we are getting the loan. Previously, what is the position? Within the half an hour we are getting whatever the loans you want. Within half an hour, whatever the information, whatever even if anybody wanted to go there, now the cell phone is enough. My daughter yesterday paid 2 lakhs rupees for the UK admission fee, that is called as a advance fee for the admission process. Within the half an hour, she completed the admission process of the UK admission while sitting in the house. So that is how the technological fruits are reaching the common man because of the digitalization of India. How the common man is getting the fruits because of the simplifying the taxes and reaching to common man the fruits. That is the celebration of the Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav, getting fruits. Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav is nothing but getting the fruits from the liberation of India. Liberated Indian fruits are reaching to unliberated communities. Adivasis are getting, the Dalits are getting, or the tribals are getting, or the poorest of the poor are getting the fruits of the tax benefits. The tax which are paying by the rich, the tax which are paying by the employees, the tax which are paying by the middle man is getting through the common man because of these systems. The modernization of the systems, so that is one of the greatness of our beloved Prime Minister. So now I want to tell you another important aspect of the constitutional economics. So constitutional economics is one of the foundation basic doctrine of the Indian Constitution. If you read out the preamble, how many are read about the Constitution of India? Most of the IRS officers here, all you know about very well about the Constitution. But the basic foundations I want to, if you read out the preamble itself, we the people of India, we, what do you mean by the we? Why we taken this word from the American Constitution? We, the people of India. I visited America. I visited America in 2017 and given a lecture in Columbia University. You believe or not, My guide, local tourist guide is a black man or colored man. He told one single word is that, what is your opinion on American independence? Just he replied that, we are unable to put a black word to the White House. Still it is a White House. It is not a black and white house. We are unable to at least add a black word to the White House. So that is the, status of the freedom of the America. If you read out the America, even a woman is not become a prime minister or the president of America. But it is in India. Fortunately, our prime minister, previous prime minister is a woman. Fortunately, we have a president, Indian president. Fortunately, we have even a Dalit community, a man has become a president. But in America, after passing of the 300 years, there is no pure black president till the date. There is no woman president till the date. Why India is great? India is great because of this is a very diversified society. We are united and make India into a country, one country with the diversified culture and giving opportunities for the deprived communities and the deprived sections, the reached to unreached people. That is the greatness of India. So even we have our own problems. How to resolve the problems? This is one of the awareness programs. While conducting the awareness programs and while disseminating the knowledge in between the departments, like our department is different and your department is different, but exchanging of views from your department to our department, the multi education system, multicultural system, multi-dimensional system is giving the inclusiveness. If you read out we the people of India solemnly resolving India into a sovereign country, Azadi country. Sovereign country is nothing but a liberated country. Liberation including your mindset. You must be, your mind, your you must be liberated from psychological aspect, economical aspect, political aspect, social aspect. Then only you are liberated completely. Otherwise, you can't. There is no meaning of the liberation or sovereign of the state or sovereign of the country. So that is the reason why there is a lot of issues till the date whether we liberated. Some people are thinking that, Dalits are thinking that we are still, suffering a lot, whether we are part of this liberated country. Some people are believing that, whether we are part of this liberated, independent India. Are we getting the fruits? So then we must think about that, the elite community, it is our duty also. The GST duty also, how the GST is working. Is GST working with the fair and justice? Is GST department is working, for the cause of the, liberated India? Is GST is working for the, cause of the development of the society? That is, we must be able to realize while we are, celebrating the iconic week of the Azadi Amrit Mahotsav. My friends, then you come to the other important aspect. Shall I take 5 to 5 minutes? Much more 5 minutes? Or 5 o'clock it is now. No, otherwise I will continue and taking. So I will stop, because of, nobody is interested to continue my lecture. Huh? Yeah, okay. So, it is just within 5 minutes I will complete and conclude it. So, when you talk about, we are talking about the constitutional economics is nothing but a constitutional justice. The constitutional justice basing on the finance. The finance, the GST is producing the finance or the fruits, taxes. Or we are collecting the taxes as a, the citizens are, bounding the duties and paying the taxes. Under Article 51A, it is a fundamental duty of every citizen of this country to pay the taxes also, to respect this nation, to respect this culture, to respect the women, to respect all the people, including paying the taxes is one of your fundamental duty. When you are doing your duty as a fundamental duty and paying the taxes, where this money is going, who is responsible for that money? Why crores of the rupees collected by these, the states or the central in the name of the taxes, why they are not reaching the common man? What are the obstacles are there? So these issues are addressed by our Prime Minister and made the GST, with including 6 laws. By clubbing the 6 laws and made easy, simplified to reach these fruits of the taxation to the unreached people. That is the essence of the taxation for the development of the nation. So not only the indirect taxes, even direct taxes also. Even direct taxes also made simplified, and you are getting the information within the fraction of seconds, and if even citizen charter you can find out where this money is going, how the government is spending, you can get it the information through your portal. You now, I think you also have your own portal. So in the portal itself, every institution now maintaining the portal. Now everything is online portal itself. Previously it is too much procedure to follow, but fortunately because of our own Prime Minister or our own CMs or our own these employees, because of we got very simplifying all. Even you take the portal, Dharani portal. How Dharani portal resolved the lakhs of the crores, not only lakhs, crores issues of the lands in Telangana state, crores issues, not the lakhs. But it is resolved. Most of 80% to 90% issues are resolved by the portal. Digitalization of the land issues of the Telangana state. That is the, reaching the fruits of the governance, the good governance, the people's governance, the governance which is having the constitutional outlook. Liberty, equality, fraternity and justice, the basic fundamental, the principles of the Indian Constitution. Distributive justice is one of the basic foundations of the Indian Constitution. The federal principles and the central and state, the fruits of the central and states must be reached to the common man, and for the nation development, for the people's development. Even under Article Constitution 1 says about the India, that is Bharat. That means it is nothing but the union government as well as the union of states, state governments. They should have their own independent. Even GST Council is not the complete authority. The parliament is supreme. The legislative bodies are supreme, because the people are sending their representative to the parliament bodies, the legislative bodies, to make the laws. The GST Council is the only advisory body. It is only recommended body. It is not a legislative body. Even making a council, GST Council, only the council is, the Supreme Court recently given judgment that, GST Council is not above the legislative bodies. The central government is not above the states. They have their own independency. Union government is having its own independency. The state governments also having their own independency, their own laws for the protection of the people's rights, for the benefit of the people's rights of their respective states, to resolve the issues, to benefit the fruits, the unreached people. That is the ultimately essence of the good governance. The good governance must be practiced by the GST. GST also one of the good governance practicing methods. They are also following. That is the ultimate aim of the this department for the development of the nation. Taxation is one of the primary duty of the citizens. For the development of the nation, every citizen must aware their rights or aware their duties basing on the fundamental principles of the Constitution. So that is the one of the very important. Every, even officer, you are not above the, even Prime Minister, President, or officer, you are CC, or myself, Professor, I am a Dean. So we are only the custodians. We are only the custodians, we are not above the Constitution. We must implement the principles of Constitutions. Constitution is the rule of law, supreme law. Everybody must obey the rule of law. Nobody is above the rule of law. Rule of law says about the inclusive justice, constitutional economics, the finance. It must be distributive justice, not to the only Azadi Ambani family should benefited. Not only the industrialists must be benefited. The fruits of this nation must be reached to everybody, because you are also part of Indian democracy. We the people of India, we in the sense, everybody including 130 crores of the people. Not only single community, not only single caste, or not only single party, single person, or single institution, everybody is a part of we to make India into a justified society. That is the essence of the development of the nation by paying of the taxes. So that is ultimate aim of the Constitution. So that is my small message for you people, elite people. So you are, everything, but it is small, exchange of my views. Thank you very much for giving me this, wonderful opportunity. For thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful lecture. Now, I would like to request Srimati Siva Nagakumari, Chief Commissioner, Hyderabad Zone, to give a memento to Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Gali Vinod Kumar. Now, I would like to request Shri Sanjay Mahendra, sir, Principal Commissioner, Hyderabad GST, to give memento to Dr. Indrakanti Shekhar.
Come on.
Now, I would like to invite Yashlo Kumar Dutt, Assistant Commissioner, to give vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. It is my privilege to present the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion of iconic week celebrations under Azadi Amrit Mahotsav. First and foremost, on behalf of the entire Customs and CGST Hyderabad Zone, we express our sincere gratitude to our chief guests today, Dr. Gali Vinod Kumar and Dr. Indrakanti Shekhar, who kindly consented to deliver lecture today. Thank you for your gracious presence, sir. It was an enriching experience to hear from you. Your insight about the taxation laws and its role in the development of nation has surely motivated us and reignited our zeal as we work toward the goal of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Our most sincere thanks to the respected CC ma'am, who despite her busy schedule consented to preside over the seminar. Ma'am, your continuous support and guidance has been a driving force behind our endeavors. Thank you, ma'am. Our most sincere gratitude to all the principal commissioners, additional commissioners present in the audience for their valuable time, support and constant encouragement. I would like to extend my appreciation to all the senior officials, colleagues and other distinguished dignitaries present today. And on behalf of the department, I would like to express my deep appreciation for the overwhelming response from the trade who have made this seminar a success by gracing us with their presence. Thank you. And with this, we come to the end of the seminar. Thank you.